Salutations, Utopians. Hope all is well in your world. Action-packed day today in sports, but I want to talk first and foremost and congratulate the Indiana Pacers on a Game 6 victory, sending them to the NBA Finals. They haven't done that since 2000, 2001. Reggie Miller led Indiana Pacers team, who today called the final broadcast on the NBA on TNT broadcast group. Um, this is a wonderfully assembled roster. One thing about the Pacers, they've always been a franchise that furnished great rosters for the fans to root for. And that is such a rare feat because you see a lot of teams go through different rebuilds, and it's ironic. I was watching the 520 podcast from Jeff Teague, and he was talking about you know, when Paul George announced he wanted to get traded, and they got Sabonis and Victor Oladipo, I believe. And they told Teague that they're not going to make him the highest paid player, so go walk in free agency. And it just goes to show like how well this franchise is just always retooling, and I love that about this team because um, you know, fans have had some dark years. If you think about, like, nah, I don't like to use that word. Let's just say there was some really down times. If you look at some organizations like Philly, the Knicks, but the Pacers have always put together respectable rosters, and this was no different. I mean, they're made to run. They got a budding star in Tyrese Halliburton. Whether you want to argue, can he be a face of the league, this and that and the other, listen, they got a team that complements each other perfectly. It goes back to my point with the Warriors when I was saying Pods, Jimmy Butler, Draymond. You have an identity and you formulate an organization, and so it's like, okay, I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, you got Obi Toppin off the bench. You got Pascal Siakam. You have one of the rare rim protecting stretch fives in Miles Turner, who I couldn't believe it, but I even said it back in the day. Something about this guy, he's going to be a better pro than he was in college at Texas. He just looked a little lost, a little lethargic, but he gets to the NBA and he's the longest tenured Pacer, and he really put it on the line tonight. Thomas Bryant was lights out. Another guy who I couldn't believe the Heat just let pretty much go for peanuts on the dollar. This is more of a testament of what kind of year the Heat had with Riles and Spo. All year it's just been crazy. You know, that guy was sitting on the bench. You could have used that with, you know, their rookie star in the making. And then bam, three big rotation. And for whatever reason, they just didn't use it effectively. And so um, I'm just watching this organization and I'm like, what's stopping them from the next couple years? You got hungry hitters in Ben Shepherd, Nembhard, Neesmith, uh, Halliburton. McConnell is the best backup point guard, arguably, in the league. You can, you know, do a toss up between him and Pritchard, but, you know, it's instant. Oh, when they get off the bench, they mean business. He hit a three tonight, which is very rare. He's a driving point guard, mid range kind of guy. I'm telling you, McConnell might get that number 9 retired, honestly. And so they're built for the now and for the next couple of years. Rick Carlisle's been around forever. He used to coach the Pistons before they got, you know, their championship in 2012, I think it was, yeah. Or so, you know, this is just a team that's, you know, they got the right attitude, the temperament. What they're going to do against Oklahoma City to be determined. OKC looks like they are the they're the youth movement. They're the present. They're the future. They're all the above. There's no flaws on that team. Plenty of draft picks to furnish a new roster at any time if anyone wants to get paid too much. But watching Pascal Siakam, I tell you right now, they're not going that far with Scotty Barnes. If the Indiana Pacers took Scotty Barnes instead, and you know, that contract negotiation battle he had in Toronto, if cooler heads prevailed now with Quickly, with Barrett, with Grady Dick, uh, Podol. Who knows what that team would be right now? They might be where the Pacers are, and so you know, he was kind of the second string. He was the second. He was the Robin to Batman when Kawhi was in that 2019 infamous run where Kawhi had third most scoring in a playoff run. And so now I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, if we got the Pacers here doing what they're doing, um, the sky's the limit. And, you got the veteran coach who's been there, done that. Um, yeah, what's there to say, honestly? They got hungry wings ready to go. They can play fast break. They can get in the half court. They're definitely going to be disruptive. Nembhard, Smith, Shepard, all those guys can get in that pocket of Shea Gilgeous and Jalen Williams. This is going to be a great finals. I don't care what anyone says. Never mind the market, all that nonsense. This is a great finals, and I think Rob Perez online said it's going to be Converse versus Puma. Congrats, big congrats to that team. There's nothing not to like about them. Great dudes. Obi Toppin, felt bad for bro because he's from the East Coast. He's from New York area. It would have been nice to see him take over that spot from Randall. He got traded, and now he's here with Indiana in a perfect role. Um, he did go play ball in the Midwest at Dayton, 4-year guy. So not too much to play the violin on, but they got an amazing team, an amazing fan base. You got Caitlin Clark and the Fever going to be running it up for the next couple years as well. Indiana's a home state for basketball, and I'm glad to see them back on their feet and making a run for it. Whatever happens, you can know that this is a great assembly of players that you can root for, and they play a brand of entertaining ball regardless of win, lose, or draw. This team normally plays their heart out on a nightly basis. Guys dress, everyone plays when they're healthy, no load managing. No shot at anyone or shade or at anyone who does, but I'm just saying, they give it their best for the most part. Well coached, blue collar franchise. Kudos to the Indiana Pacers. As a grown adult, it's not a rivalry anymore to me, like at least to me personally, like it was back in the day, Miami and Indiana and Chicago and New York. It's not that anymore. It's just good East Coast basketball being played, and congrats. Honestly, you guys got a lot to root for out there, Indiana Pacers fans. Hope this was informative. Celebrate your hearts out. For those of you who are concerned, once you get past the markets, it's going to be a phenomenal 7-game series. I expect it to be, regardless of outcome. All right, Utopians, I'll try to do better next time. Global out.